everyone, and welcome to another episode of One Pittsfield with Mayor Marchetti. Today, we're at beautiful Onoda Lake, and I'll be joined shortly by Maddie Brown, our Parks and Recreation Activities Director. I think I got that right. If not, she's got a new title. And Rebecca Breen, the Managing Director of Downtown Pittsfield, Inc. But before we begin with them, let's give you a little bit of update like we usually do of where we've been, what's been happening, what's coming up, and then we'll get into all the exciting stuff about 4th of July. And hey, if you can't tell, I dress like 4th of July. I look like your tablecloth on 4th of July morning. So June is a very busy month for us, everyone, and so I'm happy to report that the fiscal year 25 budget was passed by a 10-to-1 vote of the City Council with a $200,000 reduction made in the school department budget. The contracts for the new toter system were approved and will be signed very shortly. Once we have signed those contracts, we will begin the educational campaign that we have promised that will talk about everything from where do I need to put my toter, how far apart they need to be, how close to the road does it need to be. We'll do the education piece again of if you want a second recyclable toter, we're happy to provide you with a second toter for free. And if you want a second trash toter, we're happy to provide that to you for free, but you'll need to pay $40 a quarter for the pickup fee that's there. I spent some time at the Senior Center doing a quarterly meeting. It was a pretty feisty meeting, if I say so. A lot of questions, a lot of great conversation, and really with a group of people that care and want to know more about the issues and want to offer ideas. They've been around Pittsfield and Berkshire County for a really long time and want to help out with throwing out some ideas. We talked potholes, housing, toters, all the things that we can. Some of the events that I attended in the last couple of weeks, the Adult Learning Center graduation at Taconic High School, that's always an inspiring day as you watch people walk across the stage knowing all the struggles that they have endured in order to get there. And so congratulations to all of them for making it across the stage. I was lucky enough to kick off the extraordinary volunteer event with Habitat for Humanity. They did many special projects in the West Side during that day. I was able to attend the Black Shares Leadership Accelerator graduation program. Lots of great ideas and entrepreneurs coming out of that cohort of people, and I can't wait to see some of their events happen and come to fruition. I was able to attend the Night of Dreams Gala for the Berkshire Dream Center, where we were helping raise money for all the terrific work that the Berkshire Dream Center does for our community with, helping with food banks and helping with their 3-course restaurant that they have for folks to be able to come in, and their last piece of working to help girls in human trafficking. So I was glad to be there with them. I was proud to be at the opening of Jake's Java in Lanesboro. And people would say, well, why are you going to an event in Lanesboro? Well, it was really to honor Staff Sergeant Jake Gallagher, who was a homegrown Pittsfield boy, who we lost tragically. And so it was kind of bittersweet to be there because Jake and his wife Dream was to open a coffee shop, and well, Mom opened that coffee shop with his wife in their honor. So it was a celebratory event, but kind of a sad at the same time. Was able to participate in Juneteenth, both with the flag raising at City Hall for the Juneteenth flag, and then marching to Durant Park and spending the day enjoying all the activities that they had at Juneteenth. Just the other day, I went to the screening of Hear Me, a gun violence documentary that was put together by Jenny Herzig, and that was at St. Joseph's Parish. Want to acknowledge some grand openings and events that have taken place in the city of Pittsfield. And so first is the grand opening of Raymore and Flanagan. That is in the old Dick's Sporting Goods Plaza in Allendale. And also was able to celebrate with the team at Brazucas Market. It's a family-owned grocery store and cafe at 75 North Street. They've been open for a little while, but they finally pulled the trigger and did their grand opening and ribbon cutting. And so congratulations to both of those for where they've been. If you have a business or organization that is celebrating some milestone and you want us to take part and announce it, be happy to do so. Contact the mayor's office at mayorsoffice@cityofpittsfield.org. Let us know the specifics and we'll be sure to get it online. I also want to offer my congratulations to PHS baseball and PHS softball teams making it to the state championships. PHS baseball are the Western Mass champs and made it to the state finals, where they unfortunately fell to Seekonk, but finished on a very successful season nonetheless. Our PHS softball are Western Mass champs, and they made it to the Final Four and the state finals. Both teams will be recognized at the upcoming City Council meeting on June 25th, as well as another PHS student that will be recognized for his accomplishments at the Special Olympics, Jack Bassey, who won gold in the standing long jump and silver in the softball throw. So we're proud of our student athletes, and we'll continue that tradition going back into the fall season when school resumes. So a little quick look at the City Council agenda. The June 25th agenda is not very overbearing in terms of the mayor's petitions that are being put forward. I think between the trash collection contract, the water and sewer rates, and the budget, we have been busy, and so there's not much on the agenda. But there are some appointments to the Cultural Council. Erica Schrader, Anthony King, Hope Rose Kelly, and Ellen Spear will be nominated for a position on the Cultural Council Commission. There are some grants in the works, but nothing that is on this agenda. So now let's get to the part that you've all been waiting for. We're going to continue, as we do One Pittsfield with Mayor Marchetti, to showcase the city of Pittsfield as much as we can, showcase our departments and our partners that we do work in. So today my guests are Maddie Brown, the city's Park and Recreation Coordinator, and Rebecca Breen, the Managing Director of Downtown Pittsfield, Inc. So summer's officially here. The weather is proving that summer is officially here. And we have some exciting stuff to really talk about. And I really want this to be events driven. But before we do, let's learn a little bit more about each of you and the roles that you play. So Maddie, highlight your role in the city and give us a brief overview of what you do.
Sure. So I'm Maddie Brown. I am the Recreation Special Events Coordinator. So got that title right. But I do a little bit of everything Parks and Recreation related, and special events are a big part of that as well. So I started with the city almost a year ago. So it's been a great year of learning the various traditions and being part of the Halloween parade and the tree lighting and all the different holiday activities that we do. And then getting into the spring with the fishing derby and we did an Arbor Day celebration. So having a hand in planning all those and working with Jim McGrath closely on different park projects and learning how city government works and how Parks and Recreation fits into that and special events has been a really good experience, and excited to get into a busy summer. So
tell me, I'm no stranger to what a parade looks like.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume, if we're looking at your 1-year anniversary, the first major event that you did as the coordinator was the Halloween parade.
It was. So I can tell you I have a background in sports directing. So the last 7 years I was a general manager at major sports complexes, and running tournaments was my big MO. So I know how to run a basketball tournament, a volleyball tournament, anything in between, but a parade was a new one for me. So fortunately my predecessor Becky left a lot of really good notes and directions and checklists, and Pete White was a great resource with that, and it went off without a hitch. We had, I think, 25 groups, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of planning, but it ended up well.
I think I'm a pretty smart man, and I would tell you that when we're done with this show, run as fast as you can, because you are sandwiched between the two people that are currently responsible for the 4th of July parade as the president and the coordinator. So we may hook you in before the show is over.
Yes, well.
And then one other kind of aside, I know that people don't think that the mayor has a sense of humor and stuff, but I went to this year's fishing derby just to watch the comparisons to how Becky Manship handled and how Maddie Brown handled, and I'm proud to announce that I think you both handled it the same way. You're not going to touch a worm. You're not going to touch a fish.
Hey, I did help load the fish. Stock the fish. I'm sorry. I didn't touch them, but I did.
Well,
help dump them in.
I just thought, well, that's a unique twist that they both did the same thing.
Yeah.
Turning to Rebecca. Rebecca, you're the Downtown Pittsfield, Inc. Managing Director. Give us some insight of what your role is.
So Downtown Pittsfield, Inc. is a membership organization similar to a Chamber of Commerce, and our main mission is to help promote our downtown. It can be through collaboration with other organizations. It can be through helping stage events. It can also be just working together with our membership to grow and support the foot traffic in our downtown area. my days vary between grants that we offer out to new businesses through things such as our First Fridays Arts Walk. We did a Where's Winston spring celebration where you had to find Winston the dog in the local shops and restaurants. We do the First Fridays Arts Walk in conjunction with the First Fridays at 5. But a lot of it right now is promoting art, filling the storefronts, and really just bringing people to the downtown.
Excellent. So this show will air on June 24th for the first time, and then again on June 25th, just before the City Council meeting. And so we are 10 days when this airs away from 4th of July. And 4th of July is not just a day celebration in the city of Pittsfield this year. We are working on a week-long celebration, starting the Sunday before and ending the Saturday after with events. So let's kind of get into those events and some of the stuff that's happening. And I know that you both are playing a role in some of these activities. So let's start with Sunday, June 30th.
So on June 30th, the Pittsfield Parade Committee is actually hosting its 3rd annual car show. That takes place at the McKay parking garage. It is from 10 till 2. You can bring any car. It doesn't have to be old or an antique or even pretty. You just can come and spend the day and hang out. BB's Hotspot will be there serving food. We will be doing a judging and awarding prizes at the end of the event. And it's a $10 suggested donation as to support the parade.
And that $10 donation is if you want to enter your car into the car show. It's free to the general public to come out. And then Tuesday we have
trivia night. So what we consider the OG of trivia is coming to Hot Plate Brewing Company at 1 School Street at 7 p.m. They are going to be doing an evening of trivia that will include some parade stuff. It'll include some Pittsfield stuff. But double entendre is Kevin Pink and Steve Rogers. And that's at 7 p.m. And we're asking for a $5 donation per person to come. Enjoy some beer, order some food from a local restaurant, and just have a fun night.
And then Wednesday night. And so Rebecca and I have been doing a lot of shows together promoting 4th of July, and Wednesday was my day to kind of talk about. So Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. at the First United Methodist Church, we are going to have the 3rd annual parade concert preview show. It is going to be close to the same as last year, where the Greater Kensington String Band, also known as the Mummers, will be there to perform, as well as the Wolfat Band that will be there. And so we're asking for a $20 donation at the door. There is no tickets being sold in advance. I know that the church can hold 750 people or so, and so get there early if you're interested. And I think it's been a well-received event since we've been going on. Then July 4th.
There happens to be a parade. 10 a.m. starting right there on North Street. We have 161 units this year, including banners. We have some great sponsors, including Source Pass, one of our local companies right in downtown. But we will be including, of course, our Grand Marshal, Bill Sturgeon, this year. We will have a band that has come from Ireland. They are going to be in the Albany area, and one of their bucket lists while they were in the U.S. was to be in a July 4th parade. And then, of course, the floats, the other bands, the Mummers, the Wolfat Brass Band, all of our community groups. It's just going to be a fabulous time, but that's just the start of the day, right, Maddie?
It is the start of the day. So I know there's a 4th of July 5K that's going on as well, that ends at Wacona Park. So in the afternoon, after you've had your barbecues and hung out with your family a little bit, maybe after the parade, had some time to digest the socializing, come back to Wacona Park. We have a 3 o'clock Babe Ruth All-Star game. That'll be fun to see some of our youth baseball players and some high level competition there. And then we have a 6:30 Berkshire Adult Baseball League game. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then, of course, we can't end the night without fireworks. So whenever the game is over, we estimate around 9 o'clock, that'll be kicking off, and that's sponsored by the Pittsfield Suns. So it'll be a fun afternoon.
4th of July, usually by that time, I'm not even sure I know what's happening, but I have been able to make it to the Pittsfield Suns game, and looking forward to carrying on that tradition and attending to watch the Berkshire County Adult Baseball League. I just want to kind of touch back to a few more highlights of the parade, just to tease it out there. Miss Massachusetts will be here again this year for the 3rd year in a row. Who is she? No idea, because the competition happens between now and the 4th of July. So you need to stay tuned to know who exactly is going to be here representing Miss Massachusetts. For the 2nd year in a row, we have 2 Patriot cheerleaders, along with Pat the Patriot, who is their mascot. And so be ready for a fine 4th of July celebration on a whole host of things. It will probably be a sad day for me in some aspects and a very happy day for me and others. It'll be very interesting marching at the end of the parade, if I make it back in time, as the last parade after 22 years of being in charge of the parade. It'll be probably a bittersweet moment for me. But the week's not over. So Friday, July 5th just happens to be, lucky for us,
First
Friday.
Yeah, so First Friday's at 5. We have a blues group coming for our main stage. We have Wandering Dance, who will be in Percep Park. We also will be having, of course, our Kids Zone with lots of free kids activities and paint and sips. We have Molly Kellogg, who will be doing art in Sotilli Park. And of course, we have our First Friday's Arts Walk as part of this. One of the great things about this event is we will be showcasing the parade posters from the past at the downtown Pittsfield Inc.'s new location at 431 North. And if you are nostalgic, you actually can purchase some of those vintage posters for $10 each, again, to support the parade. But again, it's going to be a great evening. We're shutting down North Street again from Park Square to Depot Street. And then, of course, our restaurants and the art walk will be going all the way down to Maplewood to Dottie's. So lots of food available on our downtown. We actually don't bring in a lot of food trucks now because there are so many restaurants that you can enjoy dinner. So we ask that you make sure you stop into one of those. Yes.
Day's not over. One more event on Saturday with our partnership with Milltown Foundation, and let's talk that.
So Milltown Foundation has what they're calling their Common Ground Festival on Saturday. It'll be at the Common. It's from 3 to 9. It is a family fun day worth of things, including yoga. Barrington Stage is presenting their Kids Act and their celebration of Black voices. Tanglewood in the City will be going on as well. There's a dance circle going on with the Funk Box Studio, which is always great fun. There will be face painting, there will be a bouncy house, and vendors throughout the entire afternoon. So that's going to be a wonderful sort of a celebration of art right there in the Common.
And that's just the beginning of the summer, folks.
I know.
Right? It's just the start. So, Maddie, we were just here at Anoto Lake a couple days ago, joining the DA in a press conference about water safety. So let's just give the public a little bit of an update about lifeguard situation and beach operations here at Anoto Lake for the summer.
Yeah, I had an opportunity actually this morning to meet Eddie Casella out here to walk through the beach house that hasn't been used in a few years. So I was, taking an inventory of all the equipment we have and things we need to order, because it's great we have lifeguards, but now, planning for their, staff scheduling and equipment, making sure everything is up to date and up to speed there. But we're in good shape. So I was pleased after that meeting, and it's looking like we'll be able to start July 12th. I'm confident in that date to be able to man the beach Fridays through Sundays with a staff of about 5. I have another interview today, so potentially 6 lifeguards that I would rotate, 3 on at a time from 10 to 6. At all times, a head lifeguard will be a waterfront certified lifeguard. So we're working on getting that training scheduled with a local organization, and really excited about being able to have those lifeguards on duty during the weekends and those busy, Fridays and Mondays that sometimes abut the weekends. So.
And just a reminder to folks, just because there's lifeguards here, it doesn't mean that they're in charge and you can enjoy your time and not
Correct.
pay attention to your children while they're in the lake. It takes all of us. And then let's just, while we're on this topic, talk to me about some of the summer programs that are going to
Yeah.
be happening throughout the city.
So sort of that same week, that Monday of that same week, July 8th, is our playground program. So kicking off the annual playground program. I know it's been around for a long time, and last summer I started right before it started. So I sort of just did as much as I could with the notes that I had, and it was a great summer. It worked out well, but going into this summer, I'm a lot more confident that we have mobile museum coming in every week. We have Pittsfield schools are providing lunches at each of the parks, free of charge. Everything is free of charge with the playground program. There's no registration other than signing a waiver when you bring your kiddo to camp for the first day. And it doesn't have to be July 8th. You know, a lot of kids are doing other camps or on vacation. You're welcome to come anytime throughout July 8th to August 16th, Monday through Friday, from 9 to 4. So.
And what parks will we be in?
Durant Park, the Common, and Clapp Park. And I know last year we had a lot of kids that bopped around to different parks. You know, we'll have 2 playground leaders, so camp counselors basically, at each of the parks, and then I'll be supervising the groups and overseeing and making sure everybody has enough basketballs and fun activities. So it'll be a nice summer.
Excellent. So one of my big things was to take Third Thursday out of the Common and really tag team Third Thursday and First Fridays, or Third Thursday and First Friday Arts Walk, to make it one event. Because I think when you have an event that towers just to something, you get some people but not all people. And so the larger the event, the more the opportunity you have, the more people and the more experience you can have. But then, Rebecca, you guys did a step further and said, hey, it's just not about First Fridays, it's about downtown. So talk to me about the summer music series.
Absolutely. So we were very lucky through Mass Development to receive funding to allow us to do what we're calling what it is a downtown Pittsfield summer music series. And what it is providing us is music on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays in our downtown. So on Friday nights in Persett Park from 5 to 8, obviously including our First Fridays, but every Friday night will be a variety of entertainers. So it will be anything from a singer-songwriter to a DJ, and it'll change it up every week. So that is great because it'll be there when the first Berkshire Flyer comes in and help to sort of liven up our downtown. On Saturday afternoons, it's going to be jazz at Persett Park from 2 to 5, and that goes everything from just a nice little duo to we have one that has a 6-piece brass coming for jazz. So it's fantastic. And then my favorite is actually on Sundays in Dunham Mall. We're activating Dunham Mall, and it is from 5 to 7, and every week there is Latin dance classes. So everything from Zumba to salsa, and again with a DJ playing. It's actually probably been the most popular of the 3 so far. It's great to see all of Dunham Mall out there dancing.
Excellent choice. We need to continue to do things to get people into the downtown. We've talked about the fact that there's 14 new storefronts, but if people don't come downtown, they don't know them. So really quickly, Farmers Market every Saturday
from 9 until 1. Second Saturday of every month, DPI will be there having some kids' activities and things like that, and that's usually an expanded market. So that's actually a great way to start your day.
Outdoor
series?
movies,
yep. So we did get approved for that. So July 19th, I believe, is the first Friday. We'll be doing that for 4 consecutive Friday nights around 8 p.m. I've got the movies picked out, and that'll be at Clapp Park.
Okay. One quick final thing before we close the show. As witnessed in the front page of the Berkshire Eagle, we open pickleball courts here in the city of Pittsfield. If someone is interested, how do they go about learning how to play?
Yeah, so I actually just had a call yesterday with a gentleman from Berkshire Mountain Pickleball, and we're setting up Learn to Play Pickleball for our playground program kids. So we're actually going to be able to bus them to the park and get them some high-level instruction and introduce the game to them, because it's younger kids that'll be attending the program. But we also, at the end of that conversation, discussed a community Learn to Play. So that is in the works, and I think by end of July or mid-July we should have a beat on a couple dates that will be open to the public. Registration most likely through Berkshire Mountain Pickleball, to encourage the public and people that haven't played before to come out, learn the rules, and have fun.
And so I will tell folks, if you're looking for something new to learn, I don't think it's going to take that much. I showed up to cut a ribbon, had a paddle thrown in my hand, and was pushed out on the court to go play. Don't know the rules, but I mean, I think the simple rule is hit the ball when it's coming at you. Make sure you get it back over the net. That's a very simplified version of pickleball, but it didn't seem like it was a brutal sport or game to play, and so I'd encourage folks, if you're looking for a new hobby, check it out.
Yep.
Well, half hour flies by fast. I appreciate both of you for coming out and sharing some of the activities. Folks, you've heard from both Rebecca and Maddie that we have a summer lineup of activities for you to partake in. One of the things I hear often is there's nothing in Pittsfield to do. Hopefully we've given you some ideas of what to do over the summer, and I hope to see you at many of those events. In the meantime, thank you for tuning in and watching. We are going on summer break in terms of city council meetings, so there will not be a show the second Monday in July, just before there, but there will be one for the July meeting, which is the fourth Monday of the month, followed by the fourth Tuesday, and the same will hold true in August, and we'll be back to our regular schedule in September. So for now, thanks for tuning in, and hope to catch you at another episode.